Yeah, man. Just a second, Scott.
Make me your selection. I'll give you good love and protection.
All right, what's up, everybody? The counter says 0, 0, 0, and we are ready to go here. It's DJ's live streaming. I am Scott Smoking Silz, coming to you from Logan Square in Chicago, along with my man Sean Doc Rock Boyd, coming to you from Honolulu, Hawaii, one of the 3 states that doesn't get you a 14-day quarantine here in Chicago. So, welcome,
Really?
Doc. What's going on, Mike? Yeah,
We don't.
3
If
states.
if you bring your butt this way,
quarantine.
if
And
you bring your
Hawaii
butt
is
this
one
way,
of them.
you're staying home. That's for sure. That's
Yeah.
super funny.
Man, it's crazy. Yeah, we're going on a 3-week lockdown here. Well, it's not mandatory, but everything's supposed to be like closed unless it's essential for 3 weeks. So we're right back to basically being locked up in the house again. And so we're going to hang out with you guys, and we're going to talk some technology today and all that good stuff. So we're glad you're here. We do this every Wednesday at 2:00, of course, Chicago time, which is like the wee hours of the morning for Doc Rock in Honolulu, Hawaii, where it's nice and warm.
Oh, no, not wee hours anymore. Now with the time difference, it's 10 a.m. And then so
Oh, okay.
doing this at 10 kind of sucks balls because it just sits in the middle of my day. So I can't do a lot before. And then by the time after it come out and shot half my day. I've been up for 5 hours. I get up every day at 5, because I'm
Oh, wow.
hustling.
That's a good time to come home and go to bed, guys, but not a good time to get up in the morning.
Well,
that
what's
if you work
funny
in the entertainment
is
business.
I literally just flipped the clock because it used to be I would come home at 5, maybe 6, but then after changing it up, I just flipped the clock. I just realized my Costco towel is brand new. I just bought it. I left them in my shot. It looks kind of stupid. It looks like I have a robe over here.
Well,
yeah.
from the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, that's super weird. Like, why do I have
Right.
my Playboy robe? Dr. Elo, what it is I'm rearranging my mic so I can get it in the right spot. I switched my
Because he wants to talk low like Barry White.
No, ow, my finger. Don't put your finger in there. I switched my my mic instead of hanging down to pointing up, so that way as I go from screen to screen, I'm not becoming off axis. When I used to side address, it would take me off axis and change the sound for a little bit. So my brother yelled at me. I was like, "Yo, dummy, why don't you just flip the mic?" And I was like, "Oh, Pablo." Yeah. So
Well, there you go.
There's that. Speaking of Pablo. Hey, Robert.
Robert joins us. Welcome back, buddy. We missed you.
No, you didn't miss much, Robert. Actually, we're at the we just started. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. English is my second language. What's up, Millennium Beat? Today we wanted to talk about a couple somethings real quick. Mostly, this is a therapy session for Scott because he just started his ref show. And it's kind of important. I think.
We've been doing it for months, but we do it every Wednesday. We do it at noon. So I'm on at 11 o'clock in the morning here, and I jump off that show and I jump right on this show. I grab like an iced tea or a Diet Coke, and we keep rolling.
All right,
and that's what we do.
So the first thing we have to do is we have to adjust your expectations. Doing it for months in YouTube is nothing. I know that sounds crazy, but you started June 22nd, 2020. So you've been doing it July, August, September, October, November, 5 months. 5 months in YouTube is nothing, not even a blink. You just started. And you have to keep that in your head because you know what this does, really? It's a very important part of this. It adjusts your expectations, right? I think a lot of people are under the impression that they're going to fire up a channel and 6 months later, they're going to be at 10,000 subs and, getting some type of fat check. It doesn't really work that way. The amount of people that do come in and catch, viral heat from the first beginning are pretty much next to none. Unless you look like Jessica Alba, which we don't. So, if you got eye candy, you might get a pop.
Jessica Alba doesn't have the mustache.
But honestly, the problem with the eye candy people is they normally don't sustain. They'll get a hit. The hit might do really well, but they don't sustain. So there's a lot of the people that came in that got high subscriber count and, high amount of views, but they still can't get monetized because they haven't hit 4,000 hours. If you have a 30-second video and you have 100,000 views, you're short of the time it takes to get monetized.
So you need 1,000 subscribers. So you need 100 subscribers, which we got to a while back. So we got our custom channel name, which we have.
I think
Now you need 1,000 in order to really monetize, which we don't have yet. So we'd appreciate a subscribe button on our Ref Room channel. For those of you that are out there, our friends that watch this show, it always helps. Thank you. But we've grown. It's a steady growth. We grow a little bit every week. We get more people, and today, like, we had a guy that does not do any of these types of shows. He does not do podcasts, and we had an NHL player, former player that played for 6 NHL teams. Mike Brown. He's a Chicago guy. Played for the Maple Leafs. Played for Vancouver. Played for San Jose. Played for. I said Vancouver. He played for like another Canadian team. Oh my God, who did he play for? He's been all over the place, but he's a great guy. So he came on and did the show today. We had a blast.
Yeah. No, okay. So that's fine and dandy, but that doesn't mean anything. And I think I want to help everyone listening, not just Scott. I'm trying to help everyone that listening understand the long game that is YouTube. Okay, first of all, I've been on YouTube since the week it launched. Let that sink in. I've been on YouTube since.
When did it launch?
2006. Right?
Okay.
Now, I published probably my first video, like 2007. So, yeah.
I've seen some of those early videos, Doc. You look a little different.
Oh, bruh, you didn't even know. When they decided to start, like, just inviting anybody into the partner program, I forgot when it was, but I want to say it was 2012. Let me double check that. I might be wrong.
And by the way, guys, today I told you I would do it differently at some point so we could actually look at the setup. I came in with virtual cam, so I'm actually in eCam today, and that's why I've got the graphic up there that I put up, because I chose the graphic, and I can actually now, even though I'm a guest on Doc's show, I can make any kind of adjustments, so I could actually zoom in.
Okay, the partner
zoom
program,
out. I could.
Partner program launched in 2009. That's the answer I'm looking for. Okay, so yeah, 2009 partner program comes up. I got invited into the partner program in 2010, which is different from the way monetization is now. Okay, back in 2010, it wasn't like they just went by and they looked at people who were, basically doing stuff, and they sort of hand put you in. The thing that they came up with where it exists as it is now is about 2012. So, and that was designed to stop people from like purposely going out and doing really wild and insane stuff to just try to monetize on YouTube and like hurting themselves straight up. Like there's people literally doing dumb stuff like running and doing
Jackass movie
on the top of buildings. Yeah, basically the Jackass movie. So
yeah,
the first thing to know is that first 1,000 requires some work on your behalf. The number one thing that most people assume is that simply by running around telling people to subscribe, they'll come to your channel. It's not true. All right. I opened Instagram, and within a month or two, I was at 5,000 on Instagram. I'm roughly at 4,700. So yeah, 5,000. Most of my Instagram followers have been there since day one because of where I was in the nightclub industry 2010 when, Instagram came out, and where I was in the tech game at that time. At the tech game, I was a highfalutin tech writer writing for AOL. So when I first started Instagram, I immediately shot up, before everybody was chasing followers. At that time, I started IG. I had already had close to 5,000 on Twitter, and for as long as I've known, I've had close to 5,000 on Facebook. and they're all kind of different. There's some blend, but they're all kind of different, right? But just going to those people like I used to think you're supposed to do and just tell everybody to sign, subscribe to my channel. Bruh, I was stuck on 2,500 subscribers after more than 10 years on YouTube because I was thinking you could just create videos and land there and then, game over. Then a year ago, I signed up for TubeBuddy. Shameless plug.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Actually,
I want to talk about TubeBuddy today. That's what we're going to talk about because
hold on, player. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna explain to you
what
happened first.
It's Playa. It's Playa. Don't you watch the commercial on TV? It's Playa.
So what happened was a year ago, I was in the hospital, recovering from knee surgery. I signed up for TubeBuddy because I had nothing to do but sit there in the hospital, high on opiates, and every 4 hours I was awake. I would be on my page and I was just trying to clean things up and, fix some titles, go and fix some descriptions, which I still have a lot to do because I have like 360 videos. And two things that was kind of problematic. Of that 2,500 subscribers I had, I'm going to say more than 1,500, maybe more than 2,000 of them came from one video that I did where I helped Kodak Black change a hard drive. And then he went and told everybody that I was the man. And then that video has 750,000 views at this point. And I got a lot of subs from it. But those people don't watch when I make a video about Ecamm. They literally just press the button because Kodak Black told them to. And that's the warning. That is the warning. The warning is, and I watch, streams every day. And everybody's like, oh, freaking... let's pick somebody, Justin Bieber's on your thing. Justin Bieber, shout out my channel because you're going to get all these subscribers because Justin told you to do it. Okay, they'll subscribe. Right. Maybe they'll just do it. They're not going to watch, so they're useless.
They won't watch anything,
dead freaking weight. You know what I'm saying? Like absolute dead weight. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people think the subscriber number itself is good. And then they say, well, now, and you'll see a subscribe to watch time ratio, right? So what that means, there's literally people with 100,000 subscribers, but they get less watch time per month than I get out of my close to 6,000 subscribers because my subscribers are watching my videos. So
yeah, you got some loyal followers. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Sometimes what happened, a large portion of the subscribers I got from that Kodak Black bump, YouTube kicked them all off because they weren't watching my videos. So just having a metric F ton of subscribers don't mean jack, right? You got to have that, they say 100 true fans, and then after that, 1,000 true fans. Once you have your 100 true fans, your 100 true fans easily turns into your 1,000 true fans. Your 1,000 true fans are all you need to ball out on just about anything. So I think that's why YouTube, I think that's why YouTube picked 1,000. It sounds weird, but I honestly think that's why. So first adjustment is understanding that, the time frame is short. The second you need to understand is that once you build your tribe will do the work, right? And I'm going to shout out our tribe in a second because they're all here. They're all popping in right now.
They are. They're here. So, they're very loyal.
And so what happened, Scott, is in that time that I was in hospital for like a month because they screwed up something on my knee surgery. And so I was in there just going in through, doing what TubeBuddy said, following the rules. At that time, the first 30 days I was on the free program. And just because I saw what was happening, 14, just because I saw what was happening for my first 14 days, the increased viewership I was getting, the increased searchability, finding out that I was ranking in Google searches for videos, I was like, yo, this mess works. So I immediately bought the middle subscription, which is around about $20 a month, but 15 if you just pay the whole year. I've said this before on the show. This is how I operate. When something like that says you can pay $15 a month or pay $150 for the year, I'll just pay the year because I'm so cheap. I was going to say another thing that we say in Hawaii that probably won't fly to the rest of the mainland. I was so cheap that I don't want to waste money, right? You know what I mean? Like in our drawer, we have thousands and thousands of ketchup packets from various places because you don't throw those away. I mean, just grew up hood like that, you know. So anybody that has the
I'll
condiment
start
drawer,
saving some for you, Doc. I'll save you some.
anybody that has the condiment drawer because you grew up hood and you just save that kind of stuff, I'm like that. So I knew that if I bought it for the year, put my skin in there, I wouldn't want to waste it, and I'll actually put in that work, right? But when you buy the monthly stuff, you'll go like 2-3 months and you'll be like, I'm not using it, and you'll turn it off. But if you already pay for it, you probably, this is not everybody, but I think it's most people, you feel like, man, I can't waste it. So you start putting in the work. So what did I do? I would spend like, a half an hour every day just going in and polishing. And I was like, yo, this is working. So once it's working, you know what half an hour turned into? I'm going to spend an hour every day going in there and polishing. And now I probably spend like 2 hours every day going in there and polishing because I understand that it works. And I gained, since that last year, I've gained almost 3,000 new folk. And
you've had a big jump.
are
A lot of
legit.
that came from doing eCam. You've started doing a lot more broadcasts, a lot more variety to the shows, and it's been very personalized.
So
which
those
I think
guys are
people
legit.
like.
And that's going to happen to you once you figure out the game. Dr. Elo in the building says, long game. Robert called one of us a dinosaur or both of us dinosaurs?
Just you, Doc. Just you.
Facebook user said ridiculousness stuff. Yes, ridiculousness. That was the name of that show. Eric is here. Viget. Eric's from Germany. Or he's in Germany or something like that. I always mix it up. That said so lit. Say, yo, I like that. Says I be trying to get custom backgrounds like the red one you have for my stream. Red. I got purple and orange. Which one are you talking about? Let me know. I can help you with that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a peek. I might have to adjust these layouts real fast because I have been messing with things. See, I knew it. The referee.
Oh, you got my ref room up there.
Yeah, we're going to take a peek
referee
and see.
room.
Very important stuff here, and then we can explain what TubeBuddy will tell you. I will give you what TubeBuddy will tell you out of just my face, and then I'll explain how it works.
All right, so I'm going to get ripped apart as usual, everybody. So you guys know how the game works on this show.
There's no ripping. I'm a drill sergeant.
Destroy Scott. Destroy Scott. Doc is supreme.
No, there's no ripping.
Dr. Supreme
I'm a drill sergeant.
will annihilate the DJ on demand.
Okay, so first problem right here, this description doesn't make what's the word
I can't see it now. See, I gotta go.
Yeah,
onto
nobody
YouTube
can see it.
to
I'll read it out. Or here, never mind. Check this. This is eCam. You just got to go like this. Okay, so
I
lunch
still
in
can't
the
see
ref
it on
room
my end.
with, huh? No, I mean you
I
wrote
can't
it,
see
so I
it.
can read it. Lunch in the ref room with Scott and Brad. Hockey talk for referees, players, coaches, parents, and fans. Weekly live stream Wednesdays at 12 noon CST. Weekly guests with with the latest hockey info and discussions. Please live Q&A. Check us out Facebook and Ref Room. So you kind of got all the right stuff in there, but
that one doesn't have the hooks in it like what we are actually doing each week.
Yeah.
So we would grow, which I've tried to do. We need to pull out what we have in our conversation. So like last week, we had a gentleman that's basically like an agent for your kid. Believe it or not, your kid needs an agent. If you actually want to go to the next level, if you want to play better hockey, you want to go to college, you want to go to juniors or pro, you actually need somebody now that's putting you into the right programs with the right coaches. It's a developmental thing. So, the hook was, does your kid need an agent now? Well, that's going to get somebody that actually is like looking to do something that would get them to look at your video. And then we could pull out a few of the things from that video. We would,
before you even get that far, because let's just test something out right here. Let's just go do a real quick test. This is going to have to come back out.
Now, I have not seen, I know about TubeBuddy. I've heard about it. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I don't know everything it does. I've heard it's good, but I don't know anything about it. I looked at it yesterday online for a couple minutes because I thought Doc was going to be doing a show with it, but I couldn't find it on YouTube. Turns out he does it on Facebook, so I missed out on that. I was going to watch it.
What would be the search term? Kids, hockey,
I think it would be. It's more of the show is designed for referees
No, I understand
for
that, but
starters. So I would say you need to look for like hockey referee.
no, I was because you
Or
said see
this episode was with an agent. We've been
okay,
trying to branch out and do other things because we want to grow the audience. We have the refs that watch the same tribe that watches every week, but we need to start branching out because there's more players than there are referees. There's more coaches than there are referees because there's more teams, and there's more fans to hockey than there is anything. So we are trying to grow that, and that's the concept that we have with this. But it's a referee show. That's how it started. It was to invite players, fans, coaches, and parents into an environment with referees so that they could ask questions and find out why things happen a certain way on the ice or calls are made a certain way that they may not agree with, and that we are actually real people.
okay, so
But you guys already know that because you know me as a DJ. So
what I'm trying to tell you, it has nothing to do with what you do or what you want. What you do and what you want are absolute BS and irrelevant. And that's where everyone screws this up. Every person. Yeah. It's not what you want. It's not what you want to do. What do
everybody
the
else
viewers want, right? If it was up to me, I would just play Tribe Called Quest all night. I can't do that, right? So you have to mix it up. So when you go in and you do there's a thing called an ABC search, right? So for instance, you come in here and you go HOCKEY. Man, I can't type today. What the heck? My brother's going to say something joke about my hockey typing all the day. So we're going to go hockey, referee. Okay, then you go space, A. And it's referee assignments. Boom. Then you go B. The top look is referee bags. Then you go C. The top look is referee cam. Not really help. Referee calls. Boom. Then you go ABC. I can't spell. D. Referee dance. Okay, skip that one. Then you go E. So you basically go down referee equipment. Okay, I'll just pick this one because this one makes a lot of sense. You go down the list like this, right? And then you check and see what folks are watching. Now, you don't get this in your English doc in your YouTube search right now because you don't have TubeBuddy. I have TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy tells me that the search terminology hockey referee equipment is a good topic to make a video on, right? It's hitting right above the green, right? The other thing is I can look in here and see what my tag competition is. So there's like 4,800 folks out there tapping on this tag at the moment. Then I can go in here and look at the videos and kind of see what's popping. But as you can see, even with this, bro, the most popular video in here is like 21,000 views from 9 years ago, right? You have a tight niche. So I know you
specialized niche.
I know you call it the ref room, but what you're going to want to do is also make sure you cover the other just hockey culture, right? It's okay that it's a ref room because you're coming from the gangster position of being a referee, but you can speak hockey culture from a referee's standpoint, right? Teaching your kids how to ask a question to the ref, but be respectful. Don't be, getting all up in the ref's face. You can talk about that. But anyway, so the first topic that pops up with the solid green up here is hockey referee equipment. Guess what season it is, Mr. Silz?
It's hockey season. It's Christmas season.
It's Christmas season. Okay, so now what you do, because you're trying to grow your channel, there's a thing coming up called Vlogmas, right? Basically, you pop a video every single day during the month of September. Now, the softies, they come in and they go December 1st through the 25th. I don't know why that was so hard to come out. But the real G's, they go in from front to back, all 31 days. It don't have to be long. They could be 2-3 minute videos. But by going through this list, so first of all, sign up for your free TubeBuddy today. Sorry, the overlay is not going to match because I didn't make an overlay because I know we were going to talk about this today. It's duckrock.live/TV. Hey, Dr. Elo, thank you for that, and I really appreciate you. And Tana, I saw you come through, fam. I got you. I will send you the overlay thing. So DocRock.live/2, buddy. Go ahead and sign up for that. There's a metric ton of training on TubeBuddy, but I will be getting into it a lot during my version of Vlogmas. My version of Vlogmas, Scott, is going to be doing what I'm doing to you right now today, teaching folks how to bless their channel up for 2021. And I don't care if you got 2 subscribers or 20,000. I only have 6. Don't look at me like, oh, he only has 6. I now understand the game because I've studied it. I was doing it wrong for 15 years. Let me say that again, fam, because I ain't going to repeat that too often. I was doing it
5,
absolutely
10,
wrong.
15, 20, 25, 30
Bruh,
years of doing it wrong.
I've been doing it wrong for so long, and I finally figured it out, and now I'm going to explain to everybody, please don't do the dumb geek that I did. Just don't, all right? Just trust me. All right, so now we know that that's a good topic. So you would write that joint, right? Like, do this on a Sunday, sit down, pop open a Miller Lite. I know you're a Miller Lite kind of cat. Pop open a Miller Lite, and then go through here, hockey referee, A, B, C, D, E. Right now, we got down to E. He's a good one. Write that joint down, right? Now, this equipment topic, it could break down into like 3 or 4 different joints, right? These are the most.
It could be shin pads. It could be skates. It could be, protective gear.
Boom. All right. So
which helmet do you wear? Which visor do you wear?
We're going to skip
Which
a little bit.
Do you use?
You said helmet. Let's pop off helmet. Bam. Cause and the score says TubeBuddy's thinking the helmet one not so dope. But hey, maybe it's saying that to me because I don't talk hockey stuff. So my score weighting might be off because it's expecting me to talk about live streaming gear, right? But you can do like maybe hockey referee best helmets. Sometimes you just gotta throw a word.
Let's say best whistle. Go look for best whistle. That'll probably be a better topic. Hockey referee best whistle.
How the heck did we get all the way down to W? We're supposed to be at like E. Anyway, you got the point of this example. You go down here and you just go. Now, your stuff is so niche, you might not score, but you know what? If you look around, the last video up in here was from like 2 years ago, maybe because everybody been slacking. Yo, you guys got
There's the electronic whistle. That's an electronic whistle. That's becoming popular now when you got to wear a mask. If you work in like Michigan, they make you wear a mask while you referee. Is
that why the joint on the finger? I was wondering why the joint on the finger looks so big.
Well, that doesn't go on the finger. So the new electronic whistle is on a lanyard. But typically your whistle for referees for hockey goes on your 2 fingers right here. So it's got like a loop. And now they have an electronic whistle that you push a button, and that way you don't have to deal with the mask. But there is a better way. So a lot of the guys are wearing a gaiter. The gaiter is the part that, the one that goes over your neck like this. And it's called a P-less whistle, which is becoming very popular in the NHL. They sound slightly different. They don't have the P inside of them because the P's freeze up sometimes if you're in a cold rink. It happens every now and then. So you can blow the P-less. It requires like less wind. And so you can put it through the gaiter and actually blow it, and the players can actually hear the whistle. Because I know I had a play. I was in Michigan just a few days back. That's why I'm on 14-hour quarantine here. But I was in Michigan, and you have to wear a mask up there. Kid hit a crossbar, and puck went out of play. And, I couldn't get the whistle up fast. So, like, the mask blocked the whistle from going in. And then I blew it, and the kid had an absolute meltdown, cussed me out, of course. And I proceeded to cuss him back out and said, well, I have this blanking mask on. Chill out. And he's all, sorry, dude. Yeah. And then he was fine.
Yeah, because
and then it became a chin strap for the night. I wore it for 2 games under my chin. It was soaking wet. It was disgusting, and I took it off for the last 2 games, the 4 games that I skated. So
don't do that.
It is what it is.
All right, so let me answer this question, Tana. The overlay is simple. You could just now You can literally just put a orange background because you can pick the camera up and just put it wherever you want. Now, to get the rounded edges, I did it in Illustrator, but you can do it in Illustrator, Canvas, Photoshop, Keynote, anything. You just make a rounded rectangle and set it for black or transparent and use it to cut the hole in the back. So there's nothing super special about this overlay. This overlay,
we need a
though,
tutorial. We need a tutorial on that though, and I want one. I'd like you to do a couple of these for us. I mean, I love
I
the
did
computer
this.
screen you have.
See this gigantic logo down here, Scott? That is
Yep.
because that's ours. Let me put that back where I had it. Okay. Then I can go back to that, and then now I can blow this back up where I had it. So yeah, that was I made this specifically for our joint, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I made your head too big now.
Well, I'm actually because I'm on Ecamm, I've blown myself up just a little bit, so I can actually shrink my head
Don't
down.
do that. Don't do that. I adjusted the overlay. Because I have you set up as an overlay. So yeah, I mean, literally,
But you're not seeing my whole name. I got this nice, I got my nice lower third here.
Yeah, you should
From the ref
add
room.
when you come in as a guest. You should add your own lower thirds. You change the look. But
Yeah, well, I can take that off.
It doesn't bother.
That's real easy. All I have to do is just click it off.
Basically, I went to the internet like such, and I have
Here.
Envato Elements and
You've
Adobe
seen-
Stock.
And
So I went to
Cam.
stock.adobe.com. Most people are not going to buy that
Oh.
joint because it's like, a couple $100. But I went iPhone 12 Vector. What is it? $80 a month for my Adobe Plus stock. But I use it. So I found my
I just got a nice offer from them for $29.99 because
For stock?
No, not for stock, for the Adobe
Yeah.
Cloud.
Yeah, so
the
this is the iPhone
29.99
12
model.
Vector, and I just bought it because it's part of my subscription. Because for my Adobe library, I have like 117 images or whatever that I can download, and then so yeah, I just got that from here. I popped it into Illustrator, cut the hole out because this hole is supposed to be a hole. It wasn't really a hole. They lied. So I just fixed it, chopped it out. And then so I have basically an iPhone cutout, and then
What would
I did
the
the
cost
same
for the
thing.
stock images from? What's the cost for Adobe stock?
$30.
Do they have packages, or do they have? Is it like an unlimited?
Yeah, $30 a month for 10 assets. You need more than that. You need 750. It's $200 a month. But I just did 10. The cool thing is they roll over. So because I don't use it all the time, I probably have like 117 images, and that's a lot. But you know what? I use it, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
Elements is cheaper. ENVATO Elements is cheaper, but I don't know. Adobe has better stuff because it's Adobe. That's what they do. But let's see.
They do have some nice stuff.
But Elements is like $16 a month. See, sorry, that's iPhone 2. That's why it didn't work. iPhone 12 Vector, and I got these. But these are like isolated mock-ups. There's not really a vector. It didn't have to be a vector. I'm just weird. I work in Illustrator, so I asked for a vector. You can get an iPhone 12 high-resolution joint right here in Photoshop. Download it. I have Elements too, hence the download button. Let's see. They got layout versions. They got front-facing. So it normally comes in as layers, right? So what I would do is open this in Photoshop, delete this back layer, and then I just have this. And then now I can take this white space, select it with the magic wand, and cut that into a hole, and then just drop it in the overlay. Or, again, last alternative would be Canva. I have Canva too because I'm weird like that. So let me switch this to Canva. And it's funny, I signed up for Canva, which is like $10 a month, I think, or $15 a month. I signed up for Canva just to teach people how to do Canva. Like I can't actually stand this program, but yeah, it's for people that don't know how to do design. It's legit. So I'll show you today. What's cool about Canva though, which they have grown up since I originally started using it or tried it eons ago. Then I thought it was dumb. Then I backed off. You can do animated videos and stuff now. You know, you can do whatever. So all I would do in Canva is come in and go like YouTube thumbnail. And we're going to come down to thumbnail because we know that's the right positions. So if I wanted to use this one as a cutout, I kind of feel bad about getting rid of her because she's fire. But like if I wanted to use this as a cutout, I don't know, everybody just thinks like, oh, I want to make something. No, Sam, just take this, take old girl, get rid of her. Sorry, beautiful, you got to go. Okay, and then take this background right here and turn it black or some color that's easy for you to see the difference, right? And we're going to be like, can type. Man, I can't type today. This is hilarious.
What is Tanasop?
Yeah. Okay, we can go like that. And then go like that. Bam. All right. Then we're going to take this.
Lit fire. Okay, that I understand.
Damn, you can't type today. All right. I'm going to stretch it out. All right. Then if you have Pro, you can make this a whole. If you don't have Pro, you cannot. Okay? So I'm going to just pretend like I don't have Pro because it's just easier for this point, right? So now I'm going to just go ahead and download this. And I want you to know, you guys watch me literally do that. If that took more than a minute, it's because my dumb butt can't type. Like, other than that, seriously, that was a matter of seconds. Absolute matter of seconds, right? So now I'm going to open up the image. I just double-clicked it. I'm going to pop it in the preview. So let me switch this to preview real quick. Preview. Bam. Okay? So here's the app in preview. At the very last icon on the top bar, you press this. You come over, press the magic wand, click the green, or draw on the green. Don't draw that fast. Hey, you guys noticed the icon didn't work, but that's okay. We know better next time. Let me escape that. I went too fast. You would go just like that. Just so it lights up. Delete. I had delete like 4 times. Save it. And then I'm going to make new screen. And I'm going to go blank for a second. Command-Shift-B and Ecamm. Or Command-Shift-D and Ecamm. Come here. Player. Okay, so now you guys are seeing what's popping. I'm literally going to pick this up and drop it in right there. I made it the wrong size, so I'm going to put it there. Then I'm going to click on Camera Overlay, and I'm going to put myself on vertical. That's tall. And then I'm going to come to right here, draw myself out. Then I'm going to Option, drag another one, double-click that one. Change it to Scott. So I can stick Scott right there, me right here. And
now we got to bring the overlay over the top.
Just push the overlay to the top. Bam. Now, my head don't fit, so I would just shrink my head, click on the thing over here, switch me to custom.
Does that reduce your ego when you do
Not
that?
at all. No. I'm a Virgo. We were just straight built like this. But you know what I mean? I could just go like that, and
Looks
then I realized.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't plan without this. I was making it as a single person overlay, but because I just wanted us both back on camera so we don't look like ding dongs.
Yeah.
But like seriously, and then all you do is come in the Ecamm, press the clock, throw the timer up, click to embiggen the timer, put the timer somewhere, down here, and call it a day. Like everyone makes like making overlays is hard, and it ain't. I didn't do any of my Doc Rock designery stuff. I didn't. I just went to Canva and pressed a couple buttons and picked a scene and deleted the hot chick and saved it. And then we didn't even look at what they had to offer. Hold on, let me get back out of preview. Go to Canva. real quick. We didn't even look at any of the other stuff they got to offer. Like this could be an overlay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
you just that dude can be you as a circle. What you talking? Hey, I didn't realize that was stacked. What you talking about today? You know, he talking about Tana is making some spicy Palangi food, so we're gonna just leave that, you know, and then we're gonna add this is supposed to be that, so we change it to the right graphic. You know what I mean? Realize that the icon didn't work. Yeah, without doing anything, you know, Option key works, so you can just grab that, type all the way, right? And then pick a different color for that. But you can leave that image and just throw your face on as a circle. Throw your clock right there. So when I made this joint, sorry, music is going to come on, but I'll mute it. When I throw this joint on right here, I literally went to Adobe Stock and got a yellow turntable. Threw our logo on it,
I like that turntable. That is bad.
Wrote the text in a font that would look, you know, flavorish. Threw up a clock, put red stripes on it because I don't know, so it matches our thing a little bit, and that was it. Like that.
Well, here, I'll show you what I'm running for, like the ref room. Let me share my screen. Or actually, if you just put me up big on the screen, it'll come up on mine. You take me to full screen.
Let me take out this overlay.
Okay.
And let me kill the pip. And then
because I've purchased a bunch of these templates from overseas for PowerPoint, and I think they're pretty cool. But I do two things. I have a thumbnail program that I go for every week and use. That's what I've done all the thumbnails for the ref room with. And it's like a $20 program. You buy it, and then they have some options if you want to have like the club version, which means you get new templates each month. So we had Mike Brown today, NHL player that played for the Maple Leafs in San Jose. So this was from a template, and I kept the text style, and I just changed all the graphics out. Pretty easy to do.
So what you
and
do,
I put a counter in here, so I run my counter, and I run
one of the fonts from there, though, Scott. You want to take one of the fonts, like the Mike Brown font. Actually, they're all the same. Find out what that name is and make your timer the same font so that it matches, because otherwise it looks pasted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's good. That's a good idea.
When you highlight to edit Mike Brown, it'll tell you what the font is. Use that font to generate the clock. Yeah,
that's absolutely a great idea. So anyway, I have the clock here, and then I run these. This is a template that I did for my intro, so I'm going to play this for you guys. So let me turn the volume up here so you can hear it.
You have USB mix minus on. We can't hear it. You know what I mean?
Oh, you need my mix minus on. Okay.
Yeah. You got to turn it off. I mean, it's on automatically. You just got to turn it off, or use loopback.
I'll turn loopback on, and I'll play this one more time for you guys so you can hear it, because it's a stomp type thing.
It still didn't come through.
It didn't come through? No. Oh, I turned the
it's on it's on the YouTube though, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
right, I can do it. I can do it.
It comes in at the end of, any of the segments. So I've got loopback off right now for this show so that you can hear it, but I could probably adjust the.
Actually, while we're doing this,
you're in eCam.
Flip back to your camera. So
I will. Let me
show
go
you
back
something.
to. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna show you something anyway. So let me come back here to Edge. My hand just beeped. So yeah, let me show you something. I'll pick on myself because I was totally hosing this up prior, but I don't do it anymore. You see these thumbnails now, they get consistent. This is us live, so that doesn't count, right? But when you go into your thumbnails, like you got to generate a consistency. Lim Well just pointed out to me that the Restream didn't take the thumbnail for this video or for this video, so I'm lacking my consistency. But it's funny, this thumbnail.
Well, I go in and change those afterwards because it'll show up as coming through Restream, and then it picks a thumbnail from your actual video, and then you go into your channel.
So you got to go in and change those. But you don't have a consistency here. So I don't recognize the brand. And as you're trying to do this from scratch, if you're starting from straight scratch, you got to recognize the brand. People need to roll by, and when they see the thumbnail without reading anything on it, they know that it came from the ref room. Okay? Right now, you went blue, red, orange, Halloween, like you got to pick
think we should brand it to one color for the thumbnail too?
Absolutely. And I don't just mean the color. You got to pick the font, and then don't change
style.
Just leave it.
Okay.
Just leave it.
We could do that.
Once, and TubeBuddy would tell you that. TubeBuddy would get in your case about thumbnails, and we actually have I say we.
I thought they have a program in there to actually generate the thumbnail, don't they?
They do have a program to generate, but even before I changed up my style, look at that. I mean, I was getting mad consistent with my thumbnails, right? And so I think I remember because you had somebody send this one that's down here.
I just did that and sent it.
Right? Yeah. And I was like, I appreciate the work, but it's not going to match our normal look with these purple joints. So no one's going to know that it was us if they just happen to be not. There's people who don't subscribe, but yet watch every freaking video. When they're scrolling really fast because they're looking for something to look at, they won't know that it's us. They'll just go right past it. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
When you see the double M on the sticks on the freeway, you know you about to eat something, take a massive crap 20 minutes later and be hungry 5 minutes after that, but you know it's McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very important, especially when you first starting out, that you...
I like that New York, important.
Sorry, it just comes out every once in a while.
Important. Hey, I'm from New York. It's important.
It's super. Just like India got me this weekend about the coffee. She's like, yo, we're going to have to get some
have the coffee. Get the coffee.
So now this is, more updated, but the general flex is the same. You know what I mean? This is my older style. And by older style, I mean pre-October. This is my newest style, which is post-October. But what I'm going to start doing... How long
have we been doing the show now, Doc? Are we like 5 months now or 6 months?
Like July 1st.
Yeah.
Almost. So I'm going to start like segmenting my joints by like green will be, growth tips, mindset joints, like get out of your own way, out of your head. As like Limwell has a dope joint where he needs to get on the marketing on it right now. Instead of lemon drops, we're going to do lem drops because Lem comes on the Ecam community now. He's been posting some really dope, like, sort of mindset tricks, like get your head right so you can get this done, right? And so we've been teasing like, yo, you got to call it lem drops or lemon drops or something, but you got to own that hashtag because it's brilliant, and then he's smart, take a couple of things straight out the Bible, but then what's the word I'm looking? I don't know if people know this. Spencer Tracy, Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, like all of the top, like quote unquote motivational speakers from the 80s and 90s that sold all of those classes to make you become better. Almost every single one of them were pastors. They just replaced all of the religious words with non-secular words and they made millions because they wouldn't scare people with the quote unquote religion. Because there's gems in the Bible, but there's people who just will never touch that because, a bad experience they had or they spent 13 years in Catholic school. So I didn't know. I had all of these like motivational books, public speaking, run your business, right? All of this stuff in there. And then one day I discovered every single one of those dudes was reverends. And I was like, no wonder half of the stuff they say sound like stuff my grandma used to say. But my grandmother was always saying, like, boy, you got the devil and you need to go to church. And I'm like, Grandma, every time I go to church, my skin starts burning. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's check to make sure we on point with everybody. That dude, Canva's dope for end screens too. Tana, like super dope. Did you notice his hat? He got Da Bears on his hat.
Da Bears. That's a
it.
Chicago thing. Da Bears.
Da Bears. I think that's what it is.
Bears.
That's what it looks like. It looks like I just messed that up. Yes, custom thumbnails are so important. Made from scratch YouTube channel. Absolutely. And I love this icon because that icon is Real Madrid soccer team icon. So yeah.
Is that the MFSB?
Yeah.
Mother, father, sister, brother.
You said that the last time, and
I do, man, because that's MFSB, mother, father, sister,
made
brother.
From scratch, but that's funny because I forgot about that the last time, and I remember it again.
Yep.
You know what? It's okay.
I mean, one of the greatest house records ever made. Mother, father, sister, brother.
The tips
love is the message.
Are the same. You just have to convert them into what you use. It's like when you're bilingual, right? And you go, and which you are, I know. When you go and you hear something that's like a dope parable or something, say from your culture, right? You take that parable and you convert it into English and you explain it to English people because the answer is still the answer. The truth is still the truth, right? So like my grandma used to say, like, you know, the more the monkey climbed the mountain, the more his, backside is exposed. She used to say that to me in Spanish, but like when I converted it to English and I was explaining it to my friends, they would get it. That, yeah, as you start to grow up, you become the target. As you move up the chain, you become a target. People come and look for you, right? And we just had two of our really awesome local DJs step on their Johnson this weekend for saying something stupid they shouldn't have said. I just realized that I left us in live demo mode the whole time. But
were they radio DJs that said something that they shouldn't have said? Did they get terminated or did they get suspended? Terminated.
Yeah, nobody does suspension anymore. Suspension was old school.
Cancel culture, you're canceled.
Yeah, because you nowadays companies can get sued. Back in the day, company would just get yelled at and everybody would be mad. But now companies get sued. So yeah, it wasn't worth the thing. But so again, like your next move after come in this description joint. Number one, very very important. It's important. Emi-chan, もう本当に会いたかっただよ。ありがとうございました。もう元気ですか? That's my little business partner from Japan. She's and her husband, nice. They went back home. And I'm sad because I normally would have been in their hometown right about now. I'd be just coming home. But I've been stuck here. Anyway, so make sure you go in here. Don't just fill out the stuff about the ref room, but like we're going to talk hockey, we're going to talk hockey culture. We're going to talk to everything from finding your kid an agent or, making sure your kids are in the right types of leagues, the right developmental leagues, the steps that they should process. We're going to try to bring in guests that can hand you that information. Of course, we're going to cover referee culture. We may do referee reaction videos if, one of the major refs in one of the major events does something dumb or does something smart or does something controversial. We'll have reaction videos to explain that, and then.
So it really needs to be more detailed.
Yeah. So, cause that's searchable. You got to remember, no one's going to read this. So, I'll be honest with you. Not a human on the planet will read that, but the search engine does.
But does TubeBuddy give you the opportunity to basically copy and paste that to every video? It's a lot of work to go in and tweak all these videos. It's a lot of work.
All right,
folks.
I don't
know telling
if
you,
changed this yet because it's not TubeBuddy. YouTube's going to
change it. Add the tags to each video. You got to tag them, so that's more work. You got to put all the tags in. It's a lot of work to do these videos.
This hasn't quite worked yet, but I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm gonna take a movie that I have on my desktop, and let's see. I just downloaded them joints from my brother. Because I'm going to use one of these just because it's mad short. Now, I don't know if that'll work, though, because YouTube's going to say it's too short. But let's see. Let me just try to upload this video. Okay, so I landed on I'm going to add some stuff page. Do you see down here is the count for your description? It says
Yep.
that I still have left 2,224 out of 5,000. You know why? Because I already put in the rest automatically when you load the page.
See, so your description went in automatically. That's very cool because then you
The
could put all
bottom
your
half
links,
of my description
all
is
your
there, right? That's TubeBuddy, right? Now, the next part, which I can get at, I'm gonna leave this. I add playlist. That's part of TubeBuddy, but we're gonna skip all of that for now. I'm gonna delete this video, so I need to make sure that I got this place. We'll leave the title fake. You're normally gonna pick a good title. So this TubeBuddy joint right here, you have right there, apply upload defaults. That's what it did, right? And then go into SEO Studio, and you can start optimizing this joint for SEO. So when I come in here, we were talking about, right, equipment. Right, so then I would go ahead and hit start, and then it's going to tell me, like, these are the steps you got to follow in order to flesh it out so that it works for the SEO. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it because it'll take some time, but it's telling you, make sure your title has your target keyword in the title. So 2021 hockey equipment you must see, or must see new hockey equipment innovations. You know, and so that's in there. So then at the top, instead of starting with powered by, you basically want to get that same word you put in the title in the sentence, but as a sentence, like an English speaking sentence, or, you know, whatever language it is that you speak. All right. And then, so you want to make sure that's in there. Then you're going to explain a little bit further. Today, we're going to be looking at some of the top hockey equipment innovations for 2021. This hockey equipment, you'll start to see all of the pros wear it, but this stuff is so good, it's starting to work its way down all the way from Frozen P in the Whistle League up to, like, you know, the Stanley Cup. And then you're gonna like flush that part out. Okay.
well, it's kind of like the SEO software they have for your WordPress site.
Yeah,
It gives you the
100%.
green light when you've had enough, you know, content in there, and it's got enough words and it's got enough
100%.
description.
That's
And
exactly what it is.
I forget what the title of that program is that we use, but yeah, it's what we use on our website.
Okay, so right now my screen is too small for my mouse to let me catch my scroller, so I gotta back out of here. Then I'll come back. Yeah, no, I don't want to optimize that. Leave that alone. Okay, so we're gonna close that real quick, and then I'm gonna push this back into place so we can see. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and hit the next button. You would adjust your monetization, which you don't have yet, so you're gonna skip that. But then
Now, is that monetization? Is that some tools that come from TubeBuddy, or
No,
is that
that's
only
YouTube.
from
That's
you?
YouTube.
That's all
That's-
YouTube
that's
stuff.
all
Okay.
YouTube. Right. So
And you
I
need
have
1,000
to install.
subscribers to even activate that.
Right. Now, then you're going to go, this is important. You're going to add your end screen. Then you're going to add your cards, right? Normally, these won't go until the video is finished processing, but you make sure you add that. I didn't use any end screen on any of my videos back in the day, and nor did I add cards. Cards are when you're watching the video and the little thing pops up over here like, oh, you should check out, you know,
Recommends the other.
Swiss cheese thing, right? So then I'm going to go to next. And then it's I'm going to leave my visibility set to unlisted for this, but you can schedule it. Now, before you go, you got to tell them if you have any kids or whatever in the video, you're just going to say no. So you're going to hit save. Okay. So it's going to bring you to your finished published video section, right? When you come into this section here, this is where it gets cool. TubeBuddy has a best practices checklist. In order for you guys to see this better, I'm going to have to adjust this overlay. Sorry about that. And I kind of want this to disappear, but I don't want to lose it for when I want to bring it back. I can just temporarily hide it. Okay, cool. So it's going to remind you things. Make sure you share it on Facebook. Super important. It's going to remind you to add captions. If you have a caption service, I use a caption service. You don't have to. You can use automatic generated, but it works better. YouTube is giving you credit for doing the ADA work. You know what I mean? Remember last week on the guest, my boy Hershey showed up. Hershey is from Gambia, but he showed up and he was like talking about how they do special audio tracks for the vision impaired or low vision people, that's where this comes into play, right? You're going to add tags to your title. So make sure that all the tags and stuff down here in the bottom, you have tag tools right here to help you figure out what the tags are. If you have the same ones over and over again, you can literally copy and paste them from the old, or you can have default tags. TubeBuddy takes care of that. Anywhere you see this red TB, that's where TubeBuddy is putting in the work. Then you're going to go in and check your tags. You're going to search for tags based off of search traffic or keyword score or whatever. Like that stuff all comes in there. Then it's going to tell you to add it to a playlist, which I mentioned. It's going to tell you to add your info cards and your end screen. And so when you finish this, you will have done all of the best practices required to get a good look. And you're going to add your thumbnail. If you don't have one, you press create thumbnail, and they do have a thumbnail generator. But I'm going to say make it in Canva or, one of those tools like that. And then
I use Thumbnail Blaster.
Yeah, see, any one of these things will help you out. You know what I mean? And then once you got your thumbnails together, and they're telling you, though, don't just grab a still from the video. I don't know why they put it there. They should warn people when you press it, not a good look. But you can pick a style of color or add your own images. But, yeah, it's a start, right? So by doing, all of that stuff, you're going to get a much better, you're going to get much better engagement just off your videos, because now you're not depending on people to find them. You're making them searchable. And when you make them searchable, people forget YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, owned by the first biggest search engine in the world. So when someone comes in, even on Google, when you come here and
you're getting credit, you'll show up, and especially if you click videos, which a lot of people do when they're in the search mode, they want a video.
Here, let's check this out. I can't type at all. What the heck is wrong with me today? ACAM overlays, KEYNOTE. Right? We just do that. Look at the videos that shows up.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't realize that.
I can't see it because it's so small, but
it says creating overlays for live stream with Keynote is my ugly face. Created overlays from scratch is my ugly face, right?
Well, just out of curiosity, search Ref Room in there on Google. Let's see if we even show up.
That's another thing you should check, because
after 5 months.
But out of the top 5 videos, the top 3 videos, when people search for it, 3 out of the top 5 videos is me. Right.
That's great.
I didn't, because I didn't intentionally go to hunt that keyword, but I own that keyword now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's how we are in the DJ world.
Yeah. See, there he is. You come up in videos, but these sites are still outranking you. So instead of the video being the first opportunity, the video is in its thing, and you're in there. But that's a literal search. Not a lot of people are going to search for that.
Right.
That's not what they're looking for. People will always find you if they search for your name, right? Like if I go to Tana and I find, of course his YouTube comes up because I knew what I was looking for. But if I didn't know what I was looking for, right, and I was looking for hockey referee equipment, which was happened to be 3rd on the list. The ad for the clothes comes up, of course, and then all of this stuff comes up. But we get it down to, see, no one is ranking for that in video right now. If I click videos, there's the other videos.
Well, we're going to own that soon.
Yeah,
we will.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because we've already had a discussion about that. We know that would be a very popular topic. So next week we're going to do. It's Thanksgiving, so we're going to talk about the charity events for hockey, that sort of thing. But then we're going to get into the equipment.
You know what, honestly, and double up next week. Do a Black Friday, and even if you do it as a live, just talk about, like, these are some stuff that's on sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You tired, Frankie?
My girl. The real star of the show has arrived, folks. It's Frankie.
It's time to go, Scott. But Frankie. I mean,
she's like...
a couple of things that you tighten up and you're going to kill it. And again, like, go grab yourself a TubeBuddy, use the free account. Like, that's the link, folks. Sorry, it's branded for the other show. But use the link, go get your free account. There's a myriad of stuff that you can do for free. We talked about this yesterday on the show with Rob and I. TubeBuddy has 80-something different tools that you can use to bless your channel. 30 of them work in the free program. That's how good they are. Like,
That's awesome.
When the stuff that you need, you can do it with the free. You will eventually want to get the paid one because you'll want some of the cool stuff. Like I have a thing here I can show you real quick before we go in the back of my TubeBuddy. It's called Click Magnet. This only comes on the highest program, I believe, but what it will do is it will scan your thumbnails real quick, and it will tell you, according to psychological practices that they've come up with, that they've searched, they can look at your thumbnails and tell you which ones are doing good and which ones are not, right?
Does it offer A/B testing also for your thumbnails?
It does offer A/B testing for your thumbnails. That's a good question, Scott. Yes, it does. It offers A/B testing for your thumbnails.
Well, Thumb Blaster does the same thing.
So, yeah, it's telling you that according to research, people with happy faces get more, or my thumbnails with happy faces get more click-through rate versus ones where I have like a calm-looking face or no face at all. I don't have any videos with no face because I know better. You know what I'm saying? But it's telling you that if I have any videos of angry face, I don't mixed face, meaning that there's two of us on screen and we have two different looks in our face. Then it tells you about your sizes. Like, this is the long shot, right? I'm doing really well, but the close-ups where it's just my humongous head actually do better. I wouldn't have thought that, right? Again, mixed face size. Medium shot actually is wimping. So I thought the medium shot was a good look because it's just that shot where your head takes up like the whole thing, to me, is weird.
Yeah.
Don't give up what you think is weird, player. The science says that your big noggin.
Yeah, listen to the science. Put your mask on. Listen to the science.
It's a real person. All right, don't listen to the science then. But then don't be mad next week. Like, I still only got 150 subscribers.
I know.
You can't hate on science while we're using science to broadcast live to the world. That doesn't match. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people be like that. It tells you some with text is 4.62 on the click-through rate. No text, not going to work. Because I know better.
Yep.
I know that.
Yeah, you got
then according to like how much words are like jacking up your whole screen, it turns out the ones with the least amount of words and stuff like that probably flex out a little bit better.
Yeah, because they're trying to read it on when they're scrolling,
Right. So it's showing you, the things that have videos. It's funny that it picked one that doesn't have anything, but that was an accident. They use some sort of highfalutin like Amazon calculations to come up with that. But then you can go into your advanced analysis. You can look at your click-through opportunities to tell you which videos you are smashing folks on. And then so this video still that I did a while ago is murdering, which is kind of crazy because nobody can travel now, but it's still murdering. I think it's murdering because people want to go out, so they're just like vicariously staring at it. You know what I mean? But you be quite amazed at the information that you can get with your A/B testing and all of that. Like, it's the glow up. It's straight up the glow up. So, you will get there. You will get there faster once you start making it so that the search engines can find you. And it's easy. Everyone does like what the humans are looking for, but the humans don't actually look for anything anymore. They go to the thing and they type, and the search engine tells the human what to look for. But it's weird. It's weird. Like, it took me a while to disconnect my brain from that, and I thought that I could beat the system. I can make videos about everything and not just focus. Once I focused on a single niche, it exploded.
Well, it's interesting because if I go into YouTube and I just am looking around and I start scrolling through there, I see the same people and the same videos over and over and over again. Even if I refresh,
Because
some of those
YouTube
just
is
keep coming back.
recommending
Like,
it to
you're
you.
going to want to watch this.
Yeah, YouTube is recommending it
you
to
know.
you based off of other things that you saw. So
Yep.
here's the other thing that you find out who are the heaters in your community, who are the heaters in your niche. There's probably only a few. When they make a video about something, you make a video about the same thing. Even if it's to negate all their points or to match their points or just speak on their points from Scott's position versus somebody else's position.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it
you
makes
can
sense.
even, and so, because what happens is, okay, for instance, right now in my community, everybody and their mama is looking for M1 actual results because everybody got their computers yesterday. So everybody wants to know the actual results.
And what are the results,
you
by the way? How
that thing
are
will
people
run
digging them?
circles around everything that you own. So all of the people that was talking, all the people that
so
was
you could-
speaking hot doo
So we could just buy that
wrong.
that MacBook Pro with the 8 gig of RAM, and we'd rock.
Everybody who was talking hot doo-doo was wrong. And none of those trolls who commented on my thing saying I know what I was talking about, ain't none of y'all come back and goes, yo, God, I was sorry. You was right. You should know, I used to work there. I used to live in the freaking fruit farm. First, I know what I was explaining to you, but you ain't want to hear it. Now go look at all of the reviews. Everyone says, holy bad word, bad word, bad word. This thing is fast as bad word, bad word, bad word. Even things I thought wouldn't work, it works. Oh my God, this thing can actually run a 4K video stream in Final Cut. Oh my God, it actually runs 2 4K video streams in Final Cut. My brand
Would sure
new
be a nice little piece to run
2016
Serato, right?
you know, my 2016 MacBook Pro can't run this. I can't believe it. Man, kiss my butt. I told you. I told you.
I told you so.
People hard-headed.
Told you.
It is not what you think. Everyone was, well, the Intels, and it used to be don't match player. It used to be Scott and I couldn't be on the same TV screen. Dummy. It doesn't work like that.
But
Things change.
Wait till that MacBook, that 27-inch
Thank
iMac
you.
comes out.
And what I'm
Wait
trying to
till that
explain to
comes
folks,
out.
the real heat, this is the slowest joints that will ever come out in this new setup.
Yeah.
And this thing is
Yeah, this is
blowing
like
out
the entry
water.
level. It's the entry
Right.
level.
You know, when I can't stand the Chiefs, but what that dude name is? Patrick
Mahomes.
When he came out and he was just throwing fire, blah, 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 people was like, holy God. And then even as a Raider fan, I got to go, now imagine this fool is a rookie. What this going to look like
Now,
in
you know the
5
worst
years?
part about the whole thing? We in Chicago could have had him. We took Trubinsky.
I gonna answer.
All right.
reason
That's
to
the
that
worst
question.
part about the whole thing. We could have had him.
Hey, I'm not gonna.
Now we got
explain to you why
nobody.
you got
Foles
I'm not gonna
went
explain
down.
to you why you
Trubisky's
got him.
out. We're in trouble.
No, that
Our
that's
5-1's
Chicago
gone to
being
5-5.
Super funny, but yeah, and but it's crazy. Again, just imagine like if using that same analogy, what Mahomes is going to look like in 5-10 years, bruh. Imagine where the next year's version of the Pro machines comes out. The Pro machines that comes out this spring and summer are going to be heaters, but like when they get it down even better, bruh, you have no idea. We are ripping.
Think about the Pro
roof
machine that will come in, not this. Okay, we're going to get one in the next wave, probably. We'll probably see an iMac. But think about the wave after that, which will probably be 2 more or 3 more years, I would guess. Probably 2 more years after we get the first one. I don't know if that's a 2-year cycle or are they on a 3-year cycle for the iMac.
It's every year cycle, but it doesn't matter. What everyone screws up is buy what you got to buy when you got to buy it, and do the work.
Well,
and again,
hey,
whenever you buy,
I learned that lesson from
if
you. That's
can't-
why I've got this 2019 MacBook Pro now running, and my stuff runs so much better.
Yep.
This is a bad little setup I got here. And by the way, I always told you guys we'd show you the setup, right?
Boot that, Jew.
Let me hang on 1 second. Turn that camera's on. Let me see if I can do this for you guys. Let me see if I can switch out the camera. Let me just do a new scene. Give me 1 second here. Let's do a new scene. And let's do Cam Link. Oh, wrong one. That's Cam Link. I want this one. All right. So now I've inverted it. I don't know if you want to go to a single screen on this, but you guys can actually see my setup. And so I guess these monitors went to sleep while I was on here. This is my old i27, iMac 27 that I have with an extra monitor. And then over here, this is the new bad boy. And you can't even see because I run in clamshell. So behind here, between these two monitors, so I have my camera here, which my monitor arm is blocking. Now you can see the camera. I have it on a Manfrotto arm, articulating arm. And then behind her, you can barely see back there in clamshell mode is my MacBook Pro. I got the Rodecaster Pro here. I have the iPad here, iPad Pro if I need it. And that's kind of my setup. Here's my Stream Deck, which we've all talked about.
Casey said
now
you
I
have
have
Starship Enterprise.
Yeah. And you can't see. I actually have two of the Elgato lights. So there's one over here as well. And then the ring light. This is the RGB ring light, the one that David always liked, which I've noticed now. He always talked against the Elgatos, but he's got them in his studio now. I noticed since he's got a new studio. I found that to be kind of interesting. But, they're good stuff. It works. So that's kind of my setup here. So I wanted to show you guys. I've been meaning to do that. And I said I'd do it once we put Ecamm in. I'm running my virtual camera. So that's how we're able to do it. And I got the little
June
gaming
would have a
speakers, the
meltdown.
566.
At your
So-
wires, June would have an absolute meltdown.
Yeah, you know what? I got a lot of wires. There's no way around it. I just rewired the studio recently, and then I rewired it again after because I had taken the Rodecaster Pro and I put it over here by the monitor. But it's impossible, folks.
Like, 'cause
I
like
have
me, I can't get
wires.
behind the desk. Like, the
I
people
can't
that set
either.
the
I-
desk
this
up in
desk-
the floor. Yeah.
This desk takes 3 people to move. This thing is solid oak. I've had this desk. This is the only desk I've ever owned as an adult. I got this made when we were in Buffalo when I first started Hot Mix. So this desk I got in like 86, and it's been in 3 locations. I've kept it. There's actually another piece to it to make it even bigger, but it weighs a ton, and it is what it is. I put some LEDs behind here on the desk. But it's Frankie's destroying something. She got into something. She's the destroyer of everything. But yeah, so it's great. It's solid. I mean, I can pound on it. And you can't really feel any movement or any shake. So it's awesome as far as that goes. And that's my setup. So, just having fun with it. But I did the portrait monitor, which I thought was kind of cool. So I'm running that now. I'm rocking a portrait monitor, and then I've got the curved. This one's a curved 34-inch. This is the 34 UC88 from LG, and this is a Dell 27 in portrait mode.
Collectibles Live said, "What arm are you using to hold your camera?" That's just the smart.
Okay,
arm.
so this is the Manfrotto articulating arm,
Yeah.
and it's got the big knob on it, so you can lock it in. And this is a A6100 with the Sigma 16 1.4. And you can see I can touch it. I mean, really easily, like I'm like right on top of this thing. And I have this on a Elgato multi-mount is what I have it mounted to down at the bottom. So let me step out of the way just a little bit. I have a super clamp down here. And on that same mount, I am running the ring light up there. I have that on a super clamp. And I don't have a way to mount on the back of this desk. Now, on this side, I do. So I have the ledge. So the Elgato light there is mounted with the, like the clamp on, like the clamp thing. But on this one, I put the base. They sell a separate base, which they sell for like the smaller. It's not the key light, but the smaller Elgato light that they offer has a,
Key light air.
yeah, the air comes with like a weighted base, kind of like you'd see on a microphone. So that's what I have on there just because it's the only way I can really set it on the desk. So that's kind of the setup. And then I put some shelving in here. If I turn
Keisha, it's like $13
a little bit. So
the
now you can
company-
see.
Hold on,
And
Scott.
I have some, oh, sorry.
The company is called On Stage. It's like $13. I use it.
There, now you can,
I use it to hold up my my A7, but yeah, super cheap.
So the Manfrotto piece is about $100, I think, for one of these. And then the super clamp is another 25, $30. So you're about $135 all in on this. And I used to run it off of the Joby, which is what I'm running the other camera off of
Jobies
right now.
eventually die. They're good for like a little bit, but then they get loose and there's no way to tighten them.
Yeah. Well, they're once you have them, like they get out of whack, there's no way to straighten them back up. They need a way like a reset button on that thing where you hit
what I
resets to the size.
I used to put it in, I had like this little wooden thing that I made where I could just shove a leg in and like get it to fit. Keisha, they should have it. They should have it. This is the on stage. It's literally like $13. I added the tripod head, so ignore that part. But like it's a standard desktop stand, and I know they'll have it in the Amazon.
Yeah, they're
setup.
Those you'll find. They're pretty easy to find. Any of the Guitar Centers will be able to sell you. They'll have that in stock if you have a Guitar Center store. How did you do what? I'm on split screen.
Oh, you did that?
I'll cancel this. So
okay, you missed me. I was like, how did I add two Scott?
Oh, Doc, I'm actually capable of doing something. See?
I never said that. See,
I play the idiot on this show, but I'm not a total idiot, you know.
You need
just
to
partial.
watch my limiting belief talk yesterday. One more thing to show you guys because somebody brought it up, and this is what Scott needs to order. It's not cheap though, but it's dope. This is called
wire harness.
Yeah, what it is you know when you get a cast, they put that mesh around, and then they put the plaster with it, and it becomes hard. It's similar to that. So it's kind of tight, but there's a crack in it, so you can stuff the wires in real easy. But you can pull out wires in the middle, and it'll close around it. So it looks good, right? It just becomes in a giant sleeve.
So if I took you around the back of my desk, if you saw, like I have everything plugged into, I have the battery backup over here with the power conditioner and all that good stuff. And I've got wires coming out from every which way. I mean, I've got two dummy batteries here. You've got power coming off of like every item. So there's two computers, 4 monitors, the Rodecaster. You got mic cables. You've got connectors for the stereo, for the speakers. We've got wired mice. We've got wired keyboards. We've got wires going to wires going to wires. There's just no way around it, folks. I mean, even when you worked at radio stations, some of them, the engineers are pretty good at wiring. But if you ever saw under the desks the amount of wiring, well, I don't have that luxury on this because I don't have the cutouts to go through. These desks are so solid. I have one hole that's this big near kind of where you're seeing my camera in that area. And that's it for drop down. So most of my stuff has to go behind the desk and it routes down this way. Again, I've got all these hard drives and stuff because I've got all my music connected to this. So you need
to invite June to your house.
I got I've got the wire. All my internet is wired, so that's another couple cables going out, and it's going to the router boxes or whatever, the switchers. So I mean, there's just wire after wire after wire. And then I put the LEDs in, and they come with wire, and they're powered, and it just doesn't stop.
No, so, I'm telling you, you invite June to your house, he'll solve that mess.
June, come on over, buddy. Anytime you want, June, you're welcome.
His wiring at our store was legit. One thing that was really cool is because my dad would make wires, like we would get the length, right? Because you buy a wire
that's
this
nice
length, you know what I mean? Yep. And then he would cut brand new
I got
expensive wires. And he'll snap it, and he'll add a new connector just to make it the right length. Yeah. And I used to be like,
I got a 15-foot mic cable on here, and the mic is sitting a foot away from the Rodecaster Pro. Okay, both of them, because here's the other mic, and they both have like 15-foot cables on them. I'm not cutting the cable. I mean, you can wind them, but that's about all you can do. There's just no place to put anything. It's the way it is.
Mic cables are easy. You can easily cut those.
Well, you could buy a short cable. You could buy a 2-foot cable or a 3-foot cable, no problem.
This mic cable is custom made. Like it came on a reel. It's a giant wooden spoon, and just
Yep.
get it custom.
I know.
Somebody
I
in your
know.
local thing, people.
Oh, I
Scott not
could.
going to do it,
I'm
but
very
somebody in your
capable
local
of
thing
getting
can
the
do it.
soldering gun out and doing it myself if I
No,
wanted to.
don't do
It's
that. I wouldn't. If it's not something that you enjoy doing, which I don't enjoy soldering because I don't want to be high all day. I have my soldering shit right there, but I don't like messing with it. But somebody in your place that's just bored and got a lot of time, go on Facebook Marketplace and be like, "Yo, who is the custom cable maker?" And then take the extra cables you
Well,
got.
I got the guys. All I have to do is send them an order. But it's an additional expense. I have all the cables. I don't need it. I don't care. I got the
Oh
wires.
yeah, you by yourself. It
You
doesn't
know,
matter.
the cam links,
it
the
doesn't
cam links.
bother
So
me.
I got two cam links. Basically, I got the Chinese knockoff and the real cam link. So that's another couple connectors.
Then you have one
Now you
cam
got the
link.
micro HDMI cables that go to the cameras. Then you got the dummy. So I mean, it's like cable after cable. Now you got three lights here.
There's no
So
such
guess
thing
what?
as wireless,
Each
so
one has a
yeah.
cable.
It's
Even
a
though
new
you
point.
can turn them on, they're wireless. You need power for everything. So
No, I'm
there's
saying that's
again
what I meant by there's no
no
such thing
way
as
around
wireless, but there's a way around it. And Keisha said he's gonna order cable sleeves now, because
Okay.
yeah, I've been putting it on, but I got to do it just because to me looking at that mess drives me insane, and it never bothered me until I watched my brother wire and he don't have crap everywhere. He says,
Well, I see these guys on YouTube that have these desks with no wires. They've gone 0 wires, and they've got the little cages underneath their desk where the trays where they drop the wires, which are pretty nice.
You need to make a video about that, June. That's actually freaking genius. And I have an extra one sitting in the back room over here.
Wait, my desk is such I can put a compression shower rod under it. Then I use Velcro and run. You took it off too fast.
No, it
and run
disappears
all
by itself.
wires along it. Oh, so
That's
you're
genius.
just connecting the wires onto the compression
Yeah.
shower rod.
That's freaking genius.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a nice
absolute
idea.
genius.
I'll
So,
tell you what I was really thinking about doing, guys, and
Like,
I
what are you
probably
saying?
will at some point. Is
Here.
if you look up above in my studio, let's do this. I'm going to flip this camera. Let me just do this real fast. All right. So now you're getting both shots. But if I put the camera up, I have a lot of walls and stuff
autopole.
that stick out. So there's the other one, but you could see that the wall sticks out. I am going to put a varipole. I was thinking about putting a varipole up.
That's what an auto pole
And-
is.
Okay, and then do the varipole, and then I was going to hang these lights upside down off of them. And I thought that might be a nice way of doing it. That would take some wires off for sure, and might free up a little bit of the wiring.
That's exactly the answer. So
Yep,
this is
there's a Varipole. Well, that's a Manfrotto. Those are a little bit nicer, but Varipole makes one. They're probably about 35 or 40% cheaper. I've seen them for like $86 a piece. I think you could buy them.
the construction oriented ones, like or the cargo hold ones, they're cheaper. The only thing about the Manfrotto ones is they're made to fit all of the clamps. So these might be a different dimension. If you do get one, look at the Manfrotto dimensions and then find one that's a non-camera equipment one that is the same dimension. These are automatically guaranteed that super clamps, and there's the clamps where you just the Marshall clamps that just grab and lock. You don't have to screw anything. They're designed to grab it like a vice grip.
Yep.
So you just have to be careful. But yeah, if you can find it in the right dimension, these are legit. We used to have one above June's desk because the window was by him. And we put a reflector there to block the window from basically killing him all day.
2 would be perfect because I could do one vertically and probably run like cameras off of it and some stuff, and then do one horizontally almost across the ceiling where the lights would come down.
Well,
off
the other thing you can do,
mounts,
if you
would be
put
very
2
nice.
up, right? If you run 2 across, then you get, a local welder to make you a small little grid out of lightweight aluminum, and then you can just hang things off the grid because you bridge the grid across it. You know what I mean? So that'll give you some spot. So what Joe was talking about, and this is a light, this is not a stick, but you take a stick like this, like a shower stick, and then you run the cables. This is the wire, right? You run the cables like this, and you Velcro it in place. And then now it's hiding all under this. Anybody want an old piece of crap American DJ light? I got
I
you.
have two of those. Actually, if you look to my lighting that's coming off of these shelves that you could see the purple kind of right there. That's what those are. I have one of those there. And if you look behind me, you'll see James. Oops, I got to go the other way. You see James Brown back there. You can see the reflection in the wall. But I have one going up the wall. So all that purple that you're seeing on the wall is the ADJ lights. Were you making fun of my James Brown back there?
No, I'm laughing
My
at Lin
My
Will.
James Brown is signed by James Brown. The vest on the back is signed by James Brown.
I'm laughing at Lin Will because Lim Music said just bought a 850-100 as a partner from a Logitech Brio. Do I need a capture card for this for the Mac Mini using Ecamm Live? The quick answer is no. The right answer is yes. Yes, you can do it via USB, but you shouldn't. You should use it.
Yeah, and you know what? If the money is an object, my recommendation would be at least get one of the Chinese knockoff cards for like $20 or $25. That'll be 1080. It's still going to be better than just going direct USB off the camera, in my opinion. Doc will shake his head because Doc is supreme highness over there. But
that freaking tint that cheap ones put out is so whack. I can't stand that.
And I disagree with you. I ran that even when I had the Cam Link. I ran it for a long time. Nobody said boo to me. And if you look at my camera right here, this rear camera right now, that is the Chinese. That is the Chinese knockoff running that camera. That is a A6300 with the Chinese knockoff capture card.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Don't touch anything. Those white spots on your shirt, are they pink or are they white?
White spots on my shirt.
So you have red, black, and white squares on your shirt?
Yeah.
Are those
They're white, but you're seeing purple off the lights. I've got I've got LEDs back here, and I've got the uplighting coming up over here as well. So that's why you're seeing the purple. Yeah. So you're just seeing the LEDs.
Okay. So Lem, whatever.
And I did not go in. No. Also, I did not go in and tweak. So I could go in here and grab the USB camera, which is running flat right now. Now I could brighten it up. You'll see it starting to brighten up. Okay, I just did brightness, and I can do temperature, so I could warm this up a little bit. I could change the tint a little bit. Now I'm making it more purple so you could see more of the lighting, and I could add some saturation to it. You'll see now I've tweaked it within Ecamm a little bit, and it's a little different look. Might take you guys 10 seconds to see the difference, but you'll see that there is a difference versus what it was. So you do have some settings within Ecamm to allow you to adjust and balance people out. So let's say Doc and I were in similar rooms and maybe the brightness was different in my room. He could go in and make those adjustments. He could add a little, rosiness to my cheeks or whatever if he needed to.
If you could get that thing to look like the Cam Link because you're going to tweak all of the colors until you made it look like my camera looks, I'll buy you a Cam Link. Because you can't. My brother has one. He will tell you. He's in the comments. He has one.
I agree that the color is not the same.
Let me finish the sentence. He bought one because that's what was available. And then Cam Link came available. And then he plugged in the Cam Link. And he goes, now that I see the difference side by side between the Cam Link and the $20 thing, I would never tell anyone to buy the $21 thing again unless that's all they could afford.
Right. Now, keep in mind, too, the Cam Link is 4K.
It has nothing to do with 4K.
But I'm just saying, it's a higher quality product. The colors are going to be better. It's more true. I agree with that. But I think that before I got the Cam Link, when I was first starting to do the streaming, when I was doing the DJ shows, like the music and that sort of thing, I ran that 1080 because I couldn't run the Cam Link. My older computer, my 17-inch MacBook Pro could not power the thing. Okay, it was not powerful enough.
Color correction with resolution. The resolution has dick all to do with this conversation because Facebook is in 720, so resolution has jack to do with it.
Well, Facebook has. Have you seen the 1080 stream, by the way, on Facebook? Have you seen? Listen, it is sweet.
Listen, don't skip the conversation.
It is sweet.
The difference between representation or creation of colors and resolution doesn't matter, because whether it's 720 or whether it's 8K, if the color representation is whack, the color representation is whack. And what happens, unfortunately, depending on your skin tone, right, you can't color correct for it because the initial reference video was just straight whack. It's like when people try to tune audio off of really, really bad speakers. You're just never going to get it to work, no matter how much niceness you throw at it, processing and all of that, because you can't correct it. I don't think that they're bad.
Garbage in is garbage out.
Exactly. I don't think they're bad if that's literally all you can get. If it's all you can get, go for it.
Yeah.
But most people are not at that level anymore. And the reason why those got so popular is because cam links were being gouged. Elgato caught up. They got their stuff where it is. People aren't gouging them anymore. But it's just the fact that that little one is USB 2.0, right? A cam link, a Magini, a Blackmagic, any of the higher end brands are going to be normally USB 3.1 Gen 2. That's 10 gigabytes per second versus 2.5. You know what I'm saying? There's no way possible for that thing to ever look like a cam link.
Know this too, though. If you get the cam link 4K, you're going to need some power for that thing. It may not power off the bus. I had some issues with that until I put in
and that's why you're mad at cam links, because you were doing it wrong the whole time. But that's
I didn't have
the issue.
You know,
like
it cost me $250 to get that piece, which powered it up. Now it's great. It works. It rocks.
You didn't need that $250 piece if you were plugging it into a machine that was properly USB 3.0 Gen 2. You were plugging it into a machine that was generated long before USB 3.1 Gen 2 was invented.
Right, because my machine was a 2013 iMac i27.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's an older machine.
You got to speak from the real problem. The real problem was the machine was too old for the tech.
It's old.
And most people, they don't understand that, because a curse of a Mac is they work longer than they should. It's like when you have a player that should have retired, but they did it, so they're playing longer than they should, and then that last season,
you're like somebody that plays defense on the Blackhawks.
Yeah, they're playing longer than they should. The reality is they need to sit their ass down.
He should have retired.
Exactly. So, that's a problem. When there's like, no, but it works. Occasionally he blocks, a shot.
Yeah.
So what? He still should sit down. He doesn't belong there. And what happens and it's not even a matter of, affordance or whatever, because even the person that bought the computer 7 years ago had every opportunity for them 7 years to put 10% of any of the income they made from that computer into a bucket, or even better, into a savings account where the compound interest could be made. And over the course of that 7 years, they have rebought that computer probably 20 times. But they would be like, well, I can't afford a new computer now, because you didn't put the affordance for that computer. So today, if I went out today and from this computer, I sold the overlay, right? Say Tana came back and said, you know what, Doc, screw that. I'm going to pay you $20 to make that overlay. $2 automatically goes away. It never sees my pocket, because if you do that, you always are in the position to replace your tech. Right? That's the reason why Jeff Gordon will run into a wall in a $2 million car, walk across the grass, get into another $2 million car, and start driving the 24 again. There's cases where he actually caught back up and won. So you cannot be, I'm a pro, and you don't have a backup machine. If you're a pro and you don't have a backup machine, you're an idiot.
This is DJ's live streaming. So DJs, if you don't have a second machine and you're out doing gigs, you got a problem. You do need a second machine. You need backup of everything.
And then, that makes sense. If that situation works for you, yes, by all means, do that, right? But just know ahead of the game what the caveat is, right? The other thing I would do is I would look to see if anybody is trying to dump a 1080, because you can buy a used 1080 for $50. So it's going to cost you $20 more than the $20 one, because they're not really 20 anymore. Most of them are running around 39. But you can probably find a used 1080 for that. You know what I mean? So
does he have a Brio? I didn't see. Is he?
Yeah, he has a Brio.
So the Brios are actually kind of expensive now. I think they're running what, $200-300?
No, we're talking about mixing a 5100 with the Brio. And again, the reason why I say this, if you can find one, still look for a used cam link. And here's the reason why. Because you're going to have to already do some work to try to get your Brio and your 5100 to look similar enough that they're okay. A prime example, it's all the way back there, someone grab it. I have a A7, and I rarely connect my A7 up anymore because my A7 picture quality blows my 6400 out the window, and I have a hard time making them look similar. So I just said, screw it. So I hardly connect the A7 anymore. When I have time, I will sit down and tweak it until I can get them closer. There's things that I can do with LUTs to get them to match. But yeah, when you're looking at, those adapters, check around. There's somebody who jumped in the game and then be like, nah, I can't do that streaming stuff. It's not me. And then now they're trying to get rid of equipment. You know what I'm saying?
Let me give you one other tip. If you're looking for the Camlink 4K, I found some refurbs out there for like $99 that worked great. You just couldn't get new ones at the time, so that's what I ended up doing. It works fine.
I think.
So I paid $99
for
mine.
Scotland. I think he said he's in Scotland, which is dope. Because then I would just go drink whiskey, never mind live streaming. I'll be in Ela for the next month.
Gotta go to the Scottish Links. You go to the Links.
Let us know if you are actually watching from Scotland. Anyway, I got to get to the wood shop. I got work to do, actual work to do.
All right. So we gotta hang up. I won't see you till almost Thanksgiving. You guys will join us for Thanksgiving next week. We'll do it a day early, since you don't get to have Thanksgiving with your families this year. You can join us. We will do it virtually right here on DJ's live streaming, starting at 2 p.m. Chicago time.
June, you want the A7? You could come pick it up whenever you want.
Get it now, June. Get it now.
Wait,
ship it to Chicago.
Wait. I gotta be careful.
Ship it to Chicago.
He's gonna be like, you said I could keep it. No, I thought you were gonna tweak it, not tweak it and
keep it.
Never come back
tweak
to my
it and
house.
Keep it. Yeah, tweak it and keep it. It's the way to do it, June.
And I see June enough. We can have our Thanksgiving. See, he's from Scotland. Nice.
Yeah.
I just want you to come on the show and talk to us.
Where they play
my
golf.
Favorite accent.
No golf. They have golf.
Oh, really? That's
all right.
literally one of my favorite
golf.
Accents.
Yes. They got great accents.
But it's because I'm a Manchester United fan and Sir Alex Ferguson. So there you go. Take that.
Okay.
Anyway, we got a blaze. We got a jet.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Doc, always a pleasure. I will see you next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Chicago. Everybody stay safe. Have a happy Thanksgiving if we don't catch up with you next week. Hopefully you guys will have a good one, and we will talk to you real soon. And Frankie says goodbye. She's standing up. She's ready to go. So I guess that's the end of the show. Because Frankie runs everything. She's the boss. All right, guys. Peace out. I'm Scott Smoking Silz with Sean, Doc, Rock, Boyd from Honolulu and Chicago.